You've got a machine in front of you, right, that's telling you, giving you a bunch of readings and data on what's going on physiologically inside their body. But then also, in interrogations, but as a polygraph examiner, you're looking at them and you must have a bit of a sort of hunch based on like pattern recognition when you're looking at their body and how they're behaving. Do you think you can predict, or do you think you can now tell if someone's lying to you or if they're being dishonest?
It happens a lot. When you speak to people, I guess you can look at it this way. You can figure out who's full of BS and who isn't.
How?
One, you feel it. I think your intuition is a huge thing, and we dismiss it. Two, people show you, you create baselines on people. So if I sit and I speak to someone and the whole time they're speaking, like when you talk, Stephen, most of your hands are usually here. You'll go on the iPad, you do this. That's your baseline, right? You do lock eye contact. I've got Stephen, right? Now, let's say I ask you later a question, and maybe it's a question you don't like, right? I ask you, like, tell me about your employees at work, or tell me about the most difficult employee you had and how did you deal with it? And it's something maybe that affects you. You don't want to talk about it. You don't want to be honest with me. You might be like, oh, Evie, and you look down. I'm like, well, I'll see a shift. This whole time I'm talking to Steven, he's locked in with me. He's got a certain posture. I ask him this question. He just showed me something different. Why? That's it. Why? And then now I know to be curious that when you're done asking or answering my question, I come in with good follow-up questions because you're showing me something is happening here. What most people don't do, Stephen, is they see something, it registers, and they let it go. They don't follow up with another question, and then another question, and then another question. You don't want to be nosy, but you want to be curious.
Who's the greatest liar you ever met? Can you recall an instance of meeting someone who was just a really great liar?
I had this one guy, it wasn't a big scam, but he was doing ATM fraud. So you know how you go to the ATMs and you put in your card, you take out money. So he was going onto the ATMs and he would put us on a skimming device. This is a very primitive way to steal money. So he would put on his own skimmer on the ATM. So when you swipe your card, you're swiping it on his skimmer. Mm-hmm. So it captures all the info. So this guy was just kind of like very low-level basic criminal. He's going around to all the ATMs in Brooklyn, and he's doing this skimming device. So on the ATMs, they take photos of you. So I've got a photo of this guy. I've got him, and he's got his hat on. I think it was like a New York Knicks hat at the time. He's got his hat on. I've got his full frontal. We found the guy. We matched the prints to the prints on the ATM. Boom, I've got my guy. I got my photo. This is an easy day. I put him in the interview room. I sit him down. Hey, I want to talk to you about this. First, I do like a rapport building. What's your name? Where are you from? Talk to me. He's super nice. Super nice guy. Yes, ma'am. Okay, ma'am. And he was from another country, I remember. So we're talking. He's looking to me. Yes. And he's very, very, wants to help me. Yes, I want to help you. And I'm so, yes, of course. Like very cooperative, overly cooperative. So that's my red flag. I'm like, this guy's trying too hard. And, sir, I want to ask you about this ATM scam. Oh, no, I don't know anything. I'm like, no, how about here? And I just start revealing a couple of things. And I've got my photo in my background. I'm like, I'm going to bust out this photo. This guy's going to be like, yup, that's me. Sorry. So as I'm doing this, I'm hitting a wall. No. I'm sorry, Mom. I wish I could help you. No. So I got the photo of the guy. Do you know he showed up to my interview wearing the same hat? Mm-hmm. And I'm thinking, I'm locked. I'm tight. Pull out the photo and I'm like, oh, yeah? Then what's this? Put it down on the table. He looks at it. Oh, yeah, that's me. It looks like me, but yeah, wow, I can see it. No, it's not me. It was him. He gave me nothing. I will never forget him. Just a great liar. Most people waver, this and that. Not this guy. He was locked tight. He stuck to that story. Never gave a confession. Thankfully, we had enough to charge him. I mean, it was ATM fraud, but he looked at me. I'm sorry. And one of the things people would do doesn't mean people are always lying when they do this, but one of the things I would see a lot of guilty people do, and he did this a lot, I swear to God, God is my witness, God knows that's not me. And so we would call it divine intervention. Whenever you'd hear somebody do that, you knew it's like, okay, there's a problem. Because it's kind of like you're saying, why do you need God to come in to vouch for you? Or sometimes we actually have people come in with Bibles.
Mm.
or rosary beads. Whenever you saw that in the waiting room, that person coming in, I was like, they'd be like, don't even poly them. They did it. Because they're trying so hard to connect to that. I'm a religious person. I would never do these things. And those were little red flags. Of course, I would do my interview, but in my back of my head, I'm like, he probably did it.
What about other things like you're very good at keeping eye contact?
Yes.
Is there such a thing as too much eye contact?
It depends on the person, but I think you also need to be you. So
Yeah.
I make eye contact. Here's the other thing. When I make eye contact with you, I show you, one, I'm confident in myself. I also show you I deserve to make eye contact with you, that I am relevant and I don't need to look away or hide because I deserve to be here and I deserve to be having a conversation with you, right? And that I matter. That's one thing. And I also convey authority and confidence. You don't have to say anything to people. You show them. I look at you. I'm comfortable to look at you. But I can also show you warmth, right? I can connect with you and engage with you and be present and listen to you. The other thing eye contact does, it also sends the message to you that you matter to me, that I'm here and that I am present with you and that I'm listening to you, that I see you and that I want to try to understand you. So eye contact is wonderful because it does two things. It makes you feel relevant, and it makes me relevant also, that I'm relevant enough to sit here and look at you when I speak. And it's another way to convey my authority without having to tell you, hey, you know what? I'm in charge. I don't need to tell you. I show you.